Hi, I'm Travis. This is my cat Sam, and these are a bunch of fish. We'd like to talk to you about why you should vote on May 7th and why you should vote against Proposition 1. Basically, I have 3 points. First, it's not really about ride sharing, it's about billion-dollar corporations trying to circumvent our local government. They are using millions of dollars in advertisements and paying people to get signatures, which they use to have this even be on the ballot in the first place, and to create commercials that are playing on television that are misleading. And 3, that this is basically an unprecedented event that, if it succeeds in the favor of Uber and Lyft, would basically be telling giant corporations that with enough money they can change our laws in this city. Point number 1, a lot of people, especially young people, think because they use Uber and Lyft, or maybe they know someone who drives for them, or maybe they themselves drive for Uber and Lyft, think that it's this kind of communal, by the people, for the people system, when really the reality is they are giant companies that make millions, and in Uber's case, billions of dollars. It's not a local thing, it's McDonald's, basically. Uber and Lyft, that is, have claimed that they are going to leave the city if they don't get their way. The reality is they're probably not going anywhere. You don't have to worry about losing your job or losing your ride. And you know what? If they do, it actually opens up the market for an Austin-based company to come in and create revenue that would stay local. It could even be you. So there are already pre-existing ride-sharing companies that they adhere to the laws that we're trying to put in place that Uber and Lyft want to get around by passing this proposition. The reality is it's not about that. It's not about fingerprinting. It's not about you getting your ride. It's about giant companies trying to use their money to repeal what is essentially a law that's already taken place. Which brings me to my next point. Point number 2, Uber and Lyft have been funding lots and lots of money into this whole campaign of theirs. The type of money that our city does not have. So the city of Austin is in an extreme disadvantage in that arena of funding, advertising, getting the word out. Uber and Lyft has been funding through an organization called Ride Sharing Works for Austin. This company has created commercials that are playing on network television. Did a quick Google search on Proposition 1 Austin. The very first thing that pops up is an ad paid for by Ride Sharing Works. Their slogan, by the way, is "Keep Austin Moving Safely." I'd like to remind you that this city ordinance that they're trying to repeal includes fingerprinting and stiffer background checks. So they want to get rid of that, and they're calling getting rid of that "Keep Austin Moving Safely." That's the kind of misinformation that they're funneling millions of dollars into feeding people. On another anecdote, I remember back when they were originally getting the signatures to repeal the city ordinance, they came into the cafe where I work with some very attractive people, which I'm sure was a coincidence, with clipboards, and they were using jargon like, "Hey, do you like Lyft? Sign here. Hey, do you support Uber? Sign this." That's how they got all those signatures, which that in itself to me is a little dishonest. They weren't saying, "Hey, this is what there was no information. It was just, "Do you like Uber? Do you like Lyft? Sign here." That's it. They're spending all this money that our city does not have to compete with. And then these are companies that are saturating the media and literally sending people out to invade our space with misinformation. So my final point is that this is really kind of unprecedented. If Uber and Lyft succeed in getting the vote, they'll basically be telling the entire world and all the corporations in it that they can come to Austin, Texas and use their money to create advertisements saying whatever, whether it's true or not, and misleading the public into creating systems that work for them, pulling a 180 on the system where we vote for people and those people vote for ordinances and laws. Whether you agree with that system or not, it's what we have. We voted these elected officials into office. They took our best consideration by voting for this proposition. So to me, it's really not about you think people should get fingerprinted or not. Whatever your stance is on that, that's fine. It's about allowing corporations to come in and bully local government. I'm passionate about my city. If you live here, you should be passionate about it too. Hopefully you care enough to not allow giant companies to come in and just have their way because they have lots of money. Please go out on May 7th and cast your vote. Please vote against the proposal to repeal the city ordinance 2015, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Thank you. Have a good day.